Welcome back to lesson 3-4. We're going to be writing equations of parallel and perpendicular lines. Our objective is you know what, it's right there. You can see it. So before we get started on our whole lesson, let's start with this challenge problem. We're going to try to draw a line that goes through point 0, 1 and is perpendicular to line AB. How would I even do that? Well, if I'm going to draw a perpendicular line, probably a good thing to know would be to find the slope of the original line, line AB. So let's draw that out. So we're going to start at this point and go to B. It goes up 1 and over 3. So our slope of this is m equals 1 over 3. Now, if I'm trying to draw a perpendicular line, I'm probably going to need the perpendicular slope. So let's find the perpendicular slope here. Well, the slope of our original line is 1 over 3. That means our perpendicular slope is going to be negative 3 over 1. And another way to write that is just negative 3, because negative 3 divided by 1 is just negative 3. So I'm going to put a little p here. That just marks that this is the slope of the perpendicular line. Our slope of the perpendicular is negative 3. Now, if we know that it has to pass through 0, 1, and the slope is negative 3, we can just start at our point, 0, 1, and using our slope to guide us. So it goes down 3 and over 1. And that should be our next point. And down 3 and over 1. And that would be another point. So what we do is we take our line, we're going to draw it through our points, and let's see if this works. Does this look like a perpendicular line to you? I think so. I think so. So let's put a little 90 degree, let's put our little 90 degrees in there just to show that we did get this. That's a 90-degree mark. I would have to turn it over, but whatever. And we did it. Now finally, if I wanted to find the equation of this, all I'd have to do is find the slope. The slope of our perpendicular line is negative 3. And the b, well look, it crosses the y-axis at 1. So the equation of this line is y equals negative 3x plus 1. We're geniuses, we did our bonus problem. Alright, so for our first problem, we're going to be doing the same exact thing, but this is just a more formal looking version of this problem. So what we want to do is write an equation in slope-intercept form for the line that passes through point 3, 2 and is parallel to the line y equals 2x plus 1. So let's first just start by graphing this, okay? Let's just graph it and see what this looks like. So we got plus 1 over here, okay? That's our y-intercept, and the slope is 2, so it's up 2 over 1. And let's draw our line. Alright, line over here. Beautiful. Okay, what we're trying to do now is we're trying to find a line, the equation of a line that is parallel to this line and goes through the point 3, 2. And let's just put 3, 2 to see where that is. It's going to go through 1, 2, 3, 2. Alright? Well, we could do it but just by graphing it. So we know it goes through this point and it has a slope of 2 because it's parallel, and that's one way to do it. But let's also, this is a more formal way to solve this problem. So we'll start with finding the slope of our original line. And the slope of this line over here is 2. Alright, it's good to know this original line slope. Since we're going to be doing a line that's parallel to it, our new slope, I'm going to call this MP for M parallel, is also going to be 2. Third step, write out y equals mx plus b. Alright, we're going to be substituting things into this equation to find our new line. We're going to start by substituting our slope in, our new slope. So our slope's going to be 2. Alright, and then we're going to substitute in this point to our equation. So our y is also 2, and our x is 3. Alright, what we're trying to find is our b. We know our slope, but we also want to find b, because that's the next part of y equals mx plus b. So we're going to solve for b now, treat it like a variable, so let's rewrite it. 2 equals 2 times 3, which is 6, plus b. To solve for b, we're going to drop a line down, subtract 6 from both sides, because this is the variable side and this is the number side, and we get b equals negative 4. So these are the two things we need. We need our slope and we need our y-intercept. So to write our final equation for the line that is parallel to this one and goes through point 3, 2, it's going to have a slope of 2, which we got from this part right here, and a y-intercept of -4. All right, that's our b. And because we don't like that plus negative, it's y equals 2x minus 4. Now let's try graphing this line and see if that even works. So if we go to this, we know our y-intercept is -4, which is down here, and our slope is 2, so it goes up 2 over 1. And if we graph this, let's see if it even goes through our original point, 0.32. And let's go, we're going to draw our line. All right, let's move it over a bit. All right, looks good. Probably have to just drop it a little bit down to get it really going through those lines. And excellent. And if you look at these two lines, sure enough, they're parallel in our second line. And let's give this a name. Let's call it line L. Okay, line L is parallel to our original line. Beautiful. Question dos. Write an equation in slope-intercept form of a line that passes through -2, 1 and is perpendicular. All right, perpendicular to y equals -2/3 x plus 3. First thing we're going to start with, we're going to look at this visually, and then we're going to do it algebraically. No, never mind. I've changed my mind. We're going to do it algebraically, and then check to see if we even did it right by graphing it. So this is the process. The first thing to do to find a line that is perpendicular to y equals -2/3 x plus 3 and goes through this point, we have to identify the original slope. So our original slope on our original line is -2/3. Now the perpendicular slope, all right, that's what our step 2 is to write the parallel perpendicular slope, and that's going to be the opposite reciprocal, which is flipped around and made positive, so it's going to be 3/2. Step 3, we want to write out y equals mx plus b. I did it for you here. Maybe you should start doing that on your own. Step 4, we're going to plug in x, y, and m. All right? Our x and y is these points, and our m is the perpendicular slope we found. So let's plug in our x, y, and m. Our x is -2. Our y is 1, and our m is 3/2. Okay, we're gonna start doing some math here. We're trying to solve for b to find out what our new y-intercept is. So it's 1 equals 3/2 times -2. Put that in the calculator. You get -3 plus b. We then want to solve for b, so we draw a line down. To solve for b, we got to isolate the b, or the variable. So we're going to add 3 to both sides. We add 3 to both sides, and we get b equals 4. Step 6, we're going to write out our new equation. We ran out of space here, so let's move it over. So it's going to be in this form, y equals mx plus b. This is our new line. We're going to substitute everything in. So it's y equals, our perpendicular slope is +3/2. All right, x plus our new b, which we found out was 4, and so we're going to plug that in, and that is our new line. You got that? Now we could even check this all graphically. I think that's the important thing to do here. So we're going to start by just graphing our original line and seeing if this even worked. So our original line has a y-intercept of 3 and the slope of -2/3. So it goes down 2 over 3, down 2 over 3. Let's draw this line out. And awesome possum. Yeah, I said awesome possum. All right, we want our new line to go through this point, -2, 1. So -2, 1 is right here. And we want it to be perpendicular, so it's going to create a 90-degree angle, or that kind of T-looking thing. So let's see if we did it. So our new line has a slope, y-intercept of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, that's right here. All right, our new line has this, and a slope of 3/2, so that's up 3/2. All right, let's see if the line goes through this point. All right, I'm kind of scared. Did we do it? Did we do it? Hold on, I didn't even draw it right yet. Let's make sure I draw it right. And let's see. I gotta line it up a little bit. Goes through that point perfectly. Goes through these points perfectly. And yes, we have done it. Look at these two lines. Perfect. So this line right here, we're going to mark it in blue. Let me just make this a blue line, just so we know that that's our new line. And look, these two lines are definitely perpendicular. That looks like a 90-degree angle to me. And it goes through this point. Perfect. So let's try this for a third time. I think the third time it's really going to settle in. So we want to write the equation in slope-intercept form for a line that passes through points -2, 4 and is parallel to 4y equals 2x plus 8. So we're going to start algebraically, then we're going to graph it, see if we even did it right. So the first thing we're going to need is our original slope. And if you look at this, well, it's not in y equals mx plus b form. So what do we got to do? We got to solve. We got to solve for y, and that's what we got to do. So we're going to divide everything by 4. So divide by 4, divide by 4, divide by 4. And we get y equals 2 divided by 4, put that in the calculator, 1/2 x plus 8 divided by 4 is 2. That is this line right here in y equals mx plus b form. That's the real first step here, okay? So we found, now we got to find the slope. So the slope of our original line is 1/2. If we want a parallel line, if our new equation is going to have a parallel line, the slope is once again have to be 1/2. All right? And you know what? I'm sorry. I like colors. I just want to put this in blue. I just want to do it. Now, third step. We're going to write out y equals mx plus b. So y equals mx plus b. We're going to plug in x, y, and m. So our y has to be 4, all right, because it's going to go through point 4. Our m has to be 1/2. Our x is -2. All right, I'm just subbing these numbers. And the b is what we're solving for because we don't know our y-intercept. Solve for me. Okay, so since we're solving for b, we're going to bring this down. 4 equals 1/2 times -2 is -1 plus b. Add 1 to both sides because we want to solve for b here. We're going to add 1, and we get b equals 5. Good, we solve for b. Now we're going to write our new equation using m and b. So once again, it's going to have to be in this form. Y equals mx plus b. And we found our new slope to be 1. So our parallel slope is going to have to be 1/2 x. And our new b is 5. All right? Remember, we used these two steps to tell us what our new points are. So our new equation that is parallel to our original and goes through point -2, 4 would be y equals 1/2 x plus b. Now let's check to see if we pulled it off. So our original line, we'll be doing this in red, has a y-intercept of 2 and a slope of 1/2, so it goes up 1 over 2. All right. And let's graph our first line. All right, let's do this in red. So our original line is like so. And that looks good to me. Right there, okay? Good, so that's our original line. Now our next line has to go through point -2, 4. So let's put that in blue. -2, 4. It's got to go through this line and it's got to be parallel to our original. And let's see if we did it. So the y-intercept is going to be 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's going to go right here. And the slope is 1/2, so it's up 1 over 2. And let's see if our new line goes through that point, -2, 4. Let's make it a blue one. And here we go. Does it go through that point? Yup. Does it look parallel to our original? Yup. We did it. Awesome. Frickin' possum. We did it again. That's amazing. So, I hope we learned something today. And that is, I like saying awesome possum sometimes. If you have any questions, remember, ask a peer and then ask me. And remember, always brush your teeth before you go to bed because smelly breath is gross. All right, bye.